The liberalization, privatization and globalization policies of the government have transformed the Indian economy significantly. These policies resulted in the opening up of Indian economy to the world and the world economies to India. The marketers across the nations have entered into Indian market, and the multinational corporations coming into fray with the Indian marketers caused concern and created opportunities and challenges to the marketers in the country. The change that has taken place in the recent times and the paradigm shift from creation of a sale to the creation of a customer has changed the total outlook of the marketers and the business towards the satisfaction of the customer. Everybody in the business has recognized that there is a need to delight the customer, to do a better job than competitor, to provide a good product compared to the competitive product, and in precise terms to give value for the money. These are the tasks of marketing managers today, and all the marketing managers and the marketers have come to an understanding that unless they do a superior job at a price competitively acceptable to the customer, it is very difficult to succeed in the business. The question is, what is this marketing strategy? According to Philip Kotler, marketing strategy is the basic approach that the business unit will use to achieve its objectives, and it consists of broad decisions on target market, market positioning and mix, and marketing expenditure levels. A marketer will have to keep in mind the expected environment and competitive conditions in determining the strategy. The marketing strategy is the game plan adopted by a marketer to accomplish the marketing objectives of a firm. To achieve the marketing objectives and to design the marketing strategy, the companies have to be more towards the market analysis and assessment, and scanning the marketing environment, scanning the competitive environment, and suitably amending the policies and strategies to outweigh the competitor and to gain more and more market share to have a profitable success in the business. To be successful, the marketers have to know when to create large markets and when to niche, when to add attributes to the products and benefit segmentation is to be adopted, when to reduce the price, when to expand or contract the budget for the marketing communication and promotional budget, when to distribute the products by pushing the products, and when to pull them up to the markets through the distributors. These are the essential strategies that the marketer should be aware of. Besides the common strategies of market segmentation, product differentiation and other strategies like product innovation, the marketers have to be alert and think that always somebody is doing a superior job and they must try to excel in their marketing effort. To be successful, again the strategy should center around the customer, and the strategy should be through the 4 P's of marketing, that is product, price, place and promotion. In the case of services marketing, in addition to these 4 P's of marketing, which are popularly known as marketing mix, there are 3 more P's, that is people, physical evidence and process. In the case of services marketing, the effort should be more by concentrating on the people who are playing a very vital role in disseminating the services and taking the mission of the enterprise to the customers. And the perception of the customers depend on the people involved in the marketing process. Today, we would like to request 2 experts to present their own experiences as to how they are able to market successfully in the competitive environment. We have today with us Murali Krishna Reddy, Managing Director, Green Park Group of Hotels. He will share his experiences as a provider of hospitality to the public and how he has designed his marketing strategies to succeed in the line of hospitality business.
Today, I am asked to address you on the various marketing strategies that are relevant to hospitality industry, and I am going to talk to you about these things with specific reference to our own experiences. Hospitality industry is really unique within the service sector, in the sense both production, consumption and after sale service take place at the same time. In other words, there is no time lag between production, consumption and after sale service, which is the case in many other industries. In the case of hospitality sector, this doesn't happen, and it throws a unique challenge on the people who are manning these hospitality industry sectors and who are involved in the marketing strategies. A unique situation like this calls for a unique response from the people who are concerned with providing this service. What are the factors that have to be kept in mind in order to meet this unique situation effectively? For a long time, this aspect was not considered, but of late there is an awareness of the requirement of specific response in this sector. In our own establishment, in our own group of hotels, we have devised our own unique responses to this unique situation, where we have met with tremendous success in terms of customer loyalty and customer appreciation and repeat sales. What are these factors? I would consider the the most important factor as devotion to customer. It's not just enough to say that we are a customer-oriented organization. One has to go to the level of total devotion and commitment to the customer. That's how I simply say to our own people in the organization, devotion to customer is the basis for building any other strategies. Devotion to customer creates a proper ambience to create other things. The entire organization has to have flexibility in its systems, approaches, methodologies, and without losing focus on the goals set and also the goal of customer satisfaction. Well, marketing, this unique situation, which I said, can be met by this philosophical approach of the unique response, but you need to prepare the whole organization for this. It is not just the work of the marketing department or the sales department or advertising department. What you really need is preparing the whole organization to meet this unique situation and then develop effective marketing strategies. In our organization, we have developed a mission statement to prepare the whole organization and focus the organization towards this unique challenge of meeting the standards of hospitality industry. Gone are those days when hospitality industry was only a place to provide lodging and boarding, food production. It's not enough anymore. It is one of the sophisticated industrial activities today, where the demands of the customers are very challenging, and in fact organizations are manned by highly trained people with high technologies and unique information technology tools and everything else. Keeping all this in mind, we have devised a mission statement in our organization which reads simply as follows: customer intimacy, operational excellence, product leadership, and to foster intellectual capital. In my view, all these goals in our mission statement are interrelated, complementary to each other, and synergistic. If you go through all the 4 objectives in our mission statement, one supplements the other. The customer intimacy can be achieved only through operational excellence, and at the same time keeping a leadership position with reference to your product. The product being the experience itself. The customer only goes through an experience in your organization. That experience itself is the consumption, and giving that experience to the full satisfaction of the customer is going to be the after sales service. Before understanding the marketing strategy which you want to project, we should know what is the positioning of your product itself or the organization itself. In our case, it is a hotel. How do you position it? You have to position it in such a way the customer perceives you as desirable, as something which is going to provide a solution to him or her. What is the positioning statement we have made? We have made a simple positioning statement. Today people don't have time for long complicated things. You have to position it in his mind. The positioning is not really, it's not outside. Positioning will be in the mind of the customer. That is very important. What the customer perceives you as. We want the customer to perceive us as the finest value for money hotel. We are not calling ourselves the lowest priced hotel. We are calling ourselves as a fine hotel, providing services which can be perceived as value for money. Value for money concept is very important in today's post-liberalization, globalization scenario. If you are not going to talk in terms of providing real value to customer, the customer is not going to stay with you. So the positioning statement, to be meaningful, we thought it should communicate value for money concept in a very credible form. That's how we devised this positioning statement, namely finest value for money hotel, and all our systems, procedures, people, everything else, training revolves under this positioning statement, because this is what the customer expects us. This is what customer perceives us as. Then, having positioned ourselves in this slot, we needed to bring in focus to our marketing strategy by fine-tuning the positioning into a segmentation statement. Our segmentation statement is really, we have much clearer focus on the segmentation, namely the first choice. We would like to be the first choice of the discerning business traveler. We have defined our market, segmented our market, and our positioning statement is synchronous with this segmentation strategy. Our segmentation strategy, which is very important in the overall marketing strategy, is really, it doesn't mean only the business traveler comes to us. That's very important for you to understand. The segmentation really gives you the focus. There will always be peripheral segments which will be getting attached to the main segment. Once we focused ourselves as providing service to discerning business traveler, our entire operational structure gears itself towards this segmentation strategy. Having devised your segmentation strategy, having clarified your positioning statement, it is very important you devise and formulate your communication strategy, which becomes part and parcel of your advertising strategy. Our communication strategy, which we have developed in our organization, is quite simple. We did not want to say too many things, complicated jargon and all that. We simply said world-class standards and real value for money. These two simple statements communicate our entire desire to the customer, what we are and what we would like to provide to the customer. A marketing strategy without a philosophical foundation of the organization, without a value orientation, may not really achieve much. Many times, many great marketing strategies, well written strategies, advertising strategies do not really do well because these strategies are not in alignment with the core philosophy of the organization. If the core philosophy of the organization, namely devotion to customer, excellence in operations, product leadership and fostering intellectual capital is aligned with this marketing strategy of providing finest value to the customer, really good results come out of it, as we have seen in our own case. And finally, the marketing strategy, whatever marketing strategies can be fine tuned from organization to organization, and these have always to keep in mind simple things like customer delight today in this post liberalization scenario, because every organization is providing customer satisfaction. Mind you, customer satisfaction is no more a big deal. You need to do something much more than customer satisfaction. You must do something to delight the customer. That's when the customer intimacy results in, and customer loyalty will be the result. If without loyalty today, you can't really survive in this highly competitive market where there is constant pressure to meet you or in fact beat you. Then there has to be another element in your strategy is care and concern at all levels. It is all the more important in hospitality industry because if you do not have the care and concern for your customer, it won't really translate into success. Then there has to be competence in the operations at all levels. Finally, if you want to be implement a successful marketing strategy through value for money concept, the cost control has to become the lifeblood of the organization. Effective cost control measures at all levels will go a long way to give credibility to your marketing strategies. Finally, whatever you do at all levels, the people, your media strategy and everything should have excellence in communications. Unless you communicate precisely, because you can't really take huge spaces in media today, very expensive, your media strategy and communication strategy has to be precise, has to have excellence.
Let me now request Sri.A.K.Mathur, Executive Director, Management Information Systems, APSRTC.
Today we are going to talk about the marketing strategies adopted by APSRTC, the Andhra Pradesh State Road Transport Corporation, which is the largest state transport undertaking in India catering to passenger transportation. With a fleet of about 18,600 buses, APSRTC now is able to provide passenger services of various classes and various types to all its commuters. While doing so, various kinds of products have been developed by way of AC sleeper coaches. Then we have the metro liner in the city, the high-tech buses plying over the district routes, intercity routes. Then we have the express, Gramani, ordinary and various types of services. All these services cater to different classes of society and different levels of income, people in different strata of income. Now, we all know that transport is a service which links economic activities which are spatially dispersed. By this what I mean is goods and services and likewise people have to be transported over distances from one location to another. The transportation activity is very important in the economic development of any country. And we also know that transport infrastructure, or rather infrastructure per se, is very vital to the development of any economy. When we talk of transport infrastructure by way of bus depots and bus stations, we all know that the small operator invariably cannot go in for such massive investments in transport infrastructure. Therefore, it is mainly the public transport undertakings under the state which come into forefront in order to provide transport infrastructure. Well, to give you a few statistics about APSRTC, I would draw your attention to the following facts. APSRTC today has 18,600 buses a fleet of about 18,600 buses. It employs 1,30,000 men, the largest employer among state transport undertakings in the country. It has 675 bus station buildings, 1,797 bus shelters spread all over the state. We have at APSRTC totally 209 bus depots, all of which have been totally computerized. All the activities at the bus depots have been totally computerized. We extend to the society total worth of concessions, which is about 115 crores of rupees, by way of free travel to students below 12 years of age, free travel to physically handicapped persons, journalists, etc. And of course, concessional passes to students above 12 years of age. And likewise, we do not go back in undertaking any activity which is felt as necessary to aid the development of the state. One aspect of computerization in APSRTC which I mentioned was computerization at the grassroots level, the depot level. Now we have in plan a total system called the depot management system, which is depicted in the diagram which you are able to see now, where at the grassroots level, the depot level, we already have a computer system whereby the multi-terminal system is able to take care of 5 different software modules to cater to the traffic, the maintenance, the stores inventory, the financial accounting, and the personnel systems. Not only that, we have developed what is called Project-MBA software, which enables the depot managers and managers at higher levels to get information for decision making in the appropriate form. We are later going to develop decision support systems, the DSS component, and the EIS component, the Executive Information System component. Not only that, as you see at the left top corner of the chart, we are going to provide buses with the conductors with handheld ticketing machines or dashboard mounted machines inside the bus for the driver to issue tickets. And later, of course, it is our intention through GPS systems and GIS systems to make the depot managers operate their fleet very effectively, punctually, and of course to the advantage of commuters. Coming to the marketing strategies and the customer orientation adopted by APSRTC, we have a couple of schemes which primarily are meant to attract the customers to our services. Number one, we have computerized reservations at almost all major bus stations. Right now, of course, we are providing computerized bus stations with remote terminals in the twin cities of Hyderabad and Secunderabad, so that the passengers could go to their residential, need not come out of their residential locality. All they have to do is walk across to the passenger reservation terminal located in that locality. Likewise, for customers, we also provide various other facilities such as reservation by telephone. You can book your seat by telephone, and then you will have to, of course, buy the ticket before you make the journey, which you can do at the bus station from where you start your journey. Likewise, we have on select routes a facility whereby return journey ticket earns you a discount of 10%. We also have what is called the JET ticket, the Jubilee Express ticket, whereby travel for a week or 10 days is allowed at a certain charge, which works out to much lower than what it obtains if you take tickets for individual journeys. Yet another scheme which facilitates customers and which is customer oriented is what is called the CAT card, or the Concessional Annual Travel Card. This particular card, which is obtained by paying rupees 150, is an identity card which distinguishes the CAT holder, the Concessional Annual Travel Card holder, from others, and earns him 10% discount on every journey he makes. Not only that, he is given priority in reservations and in booking of seats over other passengers. So this scheme has become very popular, and we have been able to till now sell 35,000 cards, though the scheme was started just a few months ago. As you all know, in marketing, we have to basically take care of 4 aspects, 4 P's. That is the product in its design and development. What kind of product do you design and develop and give it to your customers? Now here we have the products namely by way of different classes of service, which are of course the AC sleeper, which was introduced for the first time in the country in the history of our nation, and we take pride that we have introduced these coaches which operate on routes like Bangalore, Shirdi and Puttaparthi. The second aspect, the second P, is the price at which we offer our service. Now we have been trying to make attempts to bring down various costs. So we are becoming cost competitive in order to pass on the benefit of this cost reduction to the customer. The third P is the promotion aspect. Now how do we promote the product? We go in for, of course, a few advertising campaigns. We also do a lot of publicity through our ticketing agents. Lastly, the fourth P, package. Now package of course is the way you present your product. The package refers to how attractive or how aesthetic you make your product, how likable it is to your customers. Now in doing so, of course, we went in for different color schemes for our buses. We do a lot of CAD based bus body designing using the computer aided design software and hardware tools. Not only that, we go in for comfortable seating, so that like the airlines, if we give them comfortable seats, we feel that the ergonomics is better and it tires the passengers much less over the overnight journeys. Yet another aspect is, of course, the most important one, safety in transportation, which is very important to customers. And here we provide intensive training to our drivers, not only through training schools which are located at zones where we give hands-on kind of training over the roads on buses, but we also have been using the driving simulator, the computer-based driving simulator, where drivers are trained in order to condition their attitudes towards safety, where they are exposed to all kinds of traffic complexity.
We came to know regarding the marketing strategies of APSRTC. All excellent and successful marketing companies have been able to successfully market their products and could enjoy the confidence of the customers because of the quality product or service they provide. The marketing success depends on the design of the marketing strategy and also the changes that are required to be brought in the strategy from time to time, considering the dynamics of marketing operations. There is a need on the part of the marketers to scan the environment from time to time, that is marketing environment, product environment, consumer environment and competitive environment. Customer satisfaction or customer delightedness is concomitant for any business operation to be successful and to stay in the market in the long run.
మా కార్యక్రమాలపై మీ సూచనలు సలహాలు ఆహ్వానిస్తున్నాం. మీ సూచనలు సలహాలు మాకు తెలియచేయవలసిన చిరునామా: డైరెక్టర్, ఆడియో విజువల్ ప్రొడక్షన్ అండ్ రీసెర్చ్ సెంటర్, డాక్టర్ B.R. అంబేద్కర్ ఓపెన్ యూనివర్సిటీ, ప్రొఫెసర్ G. రామరెడ్డి మార్గ్, రోడ్ నంబర్ 46, జూబ్లీ హిల్స్, హైదరాబాద్ 500033.